I cannot even begin to tell you how disappointed I am with LittleBigPlanet 3. Not necessarily because it's a bad game, but because it's a broken game with so much wasted potential. I fell in love with the quirky LittleBigPlanet series when I first laid eyes on Sackboy and was taken by the cute, cooperative, physics-heavy side-scrolling platformer that could have only been conjured up by Media Molecule, the brilliant minds behind Tearaway and the sadly underdeveloped and underrated party game Ragdoll Kung Fu. As such, I've been following every iteration since, from the PSP to the Vita, and even the expansion pack using the Move controller. Then, before LittleBigPlanet 3's release, I gained some internet intel that Sumo Digital will be developing the latest game. At first, I admit it was a letdown, but then I remembered that LittleBigPlanet is about creativity and proved if Media Molecule can make those levels, then so can you or even Sumo Digital. They are a well-respected contracted development team that has a reputable backlog of polished games, including my favorite, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. So in looking at that, my worries were washed away. Before I get to the negatives, I'd like to talk all about the good and try to reciprocate the feeling of your heart sinking and slamming to the floor when a beautiful game starts falling apart right in front of you and before your eyes. This time around, LittleBigPlanet 3 starts off like any other, with the narration by Stephen Fry and introducing a full cast of characters and voice actors, speaking real words rather than the charming of the past games. It makes the dialogue harder to skip when you're just trying to rush through, but they bring in Hugh Laurie to play the part of Newton.
America, 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 America. That's the one.
Which is really cool because they're bringing Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie back together. After hopping into actual gameplay, I did notice Sumo Digital's introduction felt a little empty and not as fun as past games, yet technically well designed. The point of the initial level was always to get you into the swing of things whilst showcasing the developers and the creativity of those who brought the game to you. The creativity is there, but they don't really give out any names or pictures of any developers involved, and everything lacks the Media Molecule charm. I may be a little harsh too soon. Furthering myself into the game, I did start to notice the level design wasn't meeting the bar set by the past games, and the story, well, the story was never that important in a LittleBigPlanet game, but I distinctly remember LittleBigPlanet 2's story being awfully engaging and better than this one's. Overall, I felt Sumo Digital wasn't as creative and didn't work hard enough to show off or showcase all the newly implemented tools for creation. Sumo Digital did a great job creating 70 new tools to use in creation, including the rocket boots, slide hat, and the teleporters. There's even a tool that allows you to go into create mode whilst in play mode, which is what the pop-it puzzles are all about. I also cannot complain about the 3-layer depth from the originals increasing to 16 layers, allowing for some really dynamic levels. There's also world maps, objectives for multiple paths, and a currency represented by bells. Last but not least, they created a whopping 3 new customizable heroes to the game: Oddsock, Toggle, and Swoop, each of them with their own interesting and fun abilities. Oddsock can run and jump off walls and is overall faster than the other ones, making for a thrilling Sonic the Hedgehog kind of experience. Toggle shifts from big to small, changing weight and making interesting puzzles with water and weighted platforms. Swoop is a bird and can do bird-like things like flying, and as the name entails, swooping. There's even in-game costumes you can buy with bling bling, or as DLC with real bling bling. That's not as fun. Here's a problem with the new characters though. They aren't used nor are they incorporated well enough into the game. There are only a few levels dedicated to these characters, and unlike the E3 demonstration, they never ever cooperate together, and that, as you can see from the E3 demo, was my expectation. Actually, I'm wrong. That level shown at E3 is in the game. It's called Race to the Stars. It's about a minute long, and it's probably the best level in the game. But that 1 minute wasn't sufficient enough for my expectations. I think Sumo Digital put all the tools and characters there expecting you to figure out a way to incorporate them better. But that's not good development, and definitely not a good representation of the possibilities this game has to offer. The tutorials and the pop-it puzzles are fantastic, and they do a great job encouraging you, the players, to learn create mode and to perhaps help the community make better levels in the future. God knows we need better user-created levels. I've seen enough shark and bomb survival for a lifetime. That's not a good level. It's just blowing things up with bombs.
There's not many good community levels.
There are tutorials for more advanced tools created by Media Molecule, voiced by the whimsical Stephen Fry.
Well, it doesn't have to be like that all the time, you know.
Then for the tools created by Sumo, they are voiced by some bland dude bro let's player kind of guy on a crappy laptop mic, and I could barely handle listening to him.
There it is, the Poppet Cursor.
Sorry dude, you just aren't whimsical enough.
Not found any footage for your trailers yet? Well, it's pretty easy to get some, you know. Move your thumb
God,
over to the
without
share
Stephen
button,
Fry
give
voicing
a
them, it
quick
sounds like
double
I'm
tap.
listening to some terrible,
Yep,
boring
just
work
like
orientation videos. The online interactivity with Randy's is not very good. It's hard to connect and there's too much lag. I also missed the dive in button from the past game, which lets you jump right in, or as the name entails, dive in to someone else's pod for instant multiplayer fun. Now, let's get to the downright suckiest part of this whole game. The whole game! Here, let me explain. First, I'll tell you, I waited a good month and a half before I did this review to give the developers time to work out the kinks in the DLC store and in the game. On version 1.04, all the issues I'm about to explain to you still exist and will happen to you if you buy this game. The only thing notable I can say was fixed in these patches was the terrible pop-it lag, and good thing that was fixed. This is the glitchiest, most broken game I have ever played. Why isn't there an award for glitchiest game of the year? Just so that this game can win it! The first game-breaking bug I have encountered makes you completely unable to connect to other players online. It was bad enough already, now imagine a bug restricting you completely.
What?
It displays the message, "A player failed to load your profile." But that's not the worst of it. It infects other players when trying to connect to them or when they try to connect to you. Assuming you're trying to connect to other players playing on the PS4 version, this glitch is so weird because it seems to only affect PS4 users. So I was still able to play online with PS3 players after getting this glitch, and they were fine. The only way to fix this, even after patches, is to delete your save. And I deleted my save just to have it corrupted by another game-breaking glitch. An hour later, the second game-breaking glitch is progression stopping. A crucial door to the next area in the level that links all the other levels may break or disappear, then save to your profile that way. Or something similar, you can collect all the marbles to progress to the next world, but the game thinks you didn't.
We did it! Oh god, we did it!
One marble is good, but three is best.
Why is he saying I need 2 more? There's 3 right in front of your face! There's 3 marbles in front of your face right now! I already found the last 2 marbles. They're right in your face.
No matter how many times you try restarting your system or reloading your save, the game-breaking glitch will still be there, and you will have to delete your save just to most likely have it happen again. A third game-breaking glitch happens if you skip the last cutscene of the first world. The second world won't open up. You'll have to delete your save and start over. A fourth game-breaking glitch happens on the last level, on a part that is toggle mandatory, but the game is so stupid and loads you in as Sackboy or Swoop, or Toggle, which shifts into Sackboy. It's all screwed up, I can't make it sense. My no brain didn't work! And if you're playing with other players without perfect internet connections, the lag will be so bad you cannot possibly complete the Swoop portion of the level. A fifth game-breaking glitch actually removes everything out of your poppet, leaving you with a very sad, you haven't collected anything to go here yet. Which means all your stickers, decorations, and costumes are gone forever. Oh, that is until you delete your game save and start all over again. Even a patch can't fix that. There are multiple instances where my game will crash back to the PS4 XMB, and one of those instances corrupted my LittleBigPlanet 3 game save, and I had to delete it. There was a crash so severe it scared me into thinking it bricked my PS4 as I got a corrupted system software message at boot up. That's not a message you want to see. And those are just the worst of the glitches and bugs. The more minor stuff includes characters not loading correctly in cutscenes, images of players in top left corner load incorrectly, prize bubbles not picking up, boosters not activating, and a plethora of issues with lag, causing the levels to fall apart or bounce around, not being able to see anything outside your pod, or not being able to see anything at all in someone else's pod. I'd also like to mention, level load times are unacceptable, and way worse than past games. I have not seen such a long load time on PS4. PS4 has no such a weak point. And I can't tell you how many times I've fallen through levels just to roam around aimlessly. It's like I don't even know where I am anymore. I haven't even gotten around to seeing what kind of glitches are in creation mode, but I'm sure you can find many. Just YouTube it. On top of all that jazz, Sony promised you can use all your previously purchased DLC and prizes collected in past games. A month and a half later, over half of the DLC still cannot be obtained from the store. I'm still waiting to get the limited time free launch DLC that others were able to obtain. What do you mean?
Look at me, yay.
And with the lengthy list of quality assurance staff members in the credits, it makes you wonder what got lost in translation.
So, Sumo Digital fixed this game, alright? Fix the store, fix the game.
I have a feeling they knew about some of these severe glitches before launch, but had no choice but to address them post-launch due to Sony's push to get the game out the door. And sometimes I wonder if more and more companies are gutting their QA staff just to have us, the players, report the issues and bugs for free! Long story short, I share the same view as another reviewer here, in that I started to fall in love with LittleBigPlanet 3. With the cute, new characters, fun gameplay, and endless possibility creation mode. There's so much potential, wasted by rushing to get the game out in time for the holidays. And you know it was a critical time to release for Sony as they sold a PS4 and LittleBigPlanet 3 bundle pack for Black Friday. They were going to release the game, broken or not. I guess they just figured they'd patch it all up later, like they do with most games, but so far all their patches have been highly unsuccessful. And even if they do patch these game-breaking glitches, you'll still have to delete your save and start over as the glitches are saved to your profile. So my recommendation is to wait and see if all these issues will be fixed before purchasing or playing or renting or whatever. Or you can just buy it and cry, like I did. Like I did. Oh god. You broke my heart, LittleBigPlanet. You just took my heart and smashed it out by your ugly foot. Ugly. Oh, okay. It wasn't that bad. Maybe I'm overacting, but actually it is that bad. Though, keep in mind, the experience apparently has been different for everyone. I found some reviewers and people online who hasn't run into a single issue, which I find hard to believe. So maybe the game gauges you on karma and luck. I know I ain't got much. It must read your aura or something. I don't know. Without these issues I continuously ran into, I'd probably give the game a 4 out of 5. But because of these issues, it's impossible for me to score this game. I could have gotten a whole lot of burritos for the money I put onto this game, so I think I'll score this game around -30 burritos for the burritos that I lost. That sounds fair. And remember, the world is made of energy.